here. This fight is super easy. The first fight is super easy in this raid. Now the second fight, there might be a couple of wipes. Don't worry about it. As usual, I stay here, and if somebody leaves, we replace him, and we get this done. So this is done. This is a 100% clear every week. Crucible Storms normally on a Wednesday, and then we do Battle of Dazzler on a Thursday. Now I'm gonna get right going with this fight. I'm gonna do a quick rundown just to remind everybody of the things that are important and the way that we're gonna be doing this fight. I need one volunteer. Actually, Straxus from last week. Straxus, can you tank Zax again this week? All right, thank you. So for everybody else, the way we do this for the past couple weeks is we keep fat on blue, Zax on green, we DPS fat to 75, push him in. Then the entire raid, the bosses stay in their position. The entire raid switches target to Zax. We push Zax to 75% on green. And once that happens, Zax is moved to red and fat is moved to green. And we switch target to fat, pushing him to 50%. Then the bosses stay again in their positions, and the entire raid goes on to Zax and pushes him to 50%, and we do this counterclockwise rotation. At no point in the fight should the bosses ever be stacked. The Rune Empowerment is an AoE spell, it's not a single target. Common misconception in these bugs, I'm sorry if it seems completely obvious, but I've seen shit, so I'm trying to put it out there. The reason we're not, walking one of them around all the runes, then walking the other, is because with some hasty DPSers, it can be very difficult to keep fat to 20% until Zax hits that for the duration of the entire fight. People want to multi-dot, people want to kind of cleave every now and then, so we're trying to keep this clean and do this in order. That's more or less the tactics. If you get an unknown debuff on yourself, get the fuck out of the raid. Usually that's the usual stuff you need to do. Do not soak the bouncy void zones unless they're very small and they've got a little fire in the middle dancing with you, so you can only soak them. Then do not, however, jeopardize yourself and put yourself in a position to soak them without having been full HP. Now, we're not gonna assign soakers or any of that bullshit, because normally, even if nobody tries to soak them, somebody will eat them to their face. Just make sure you're not low HP when you do that. When it comes to interrupting during the green or the voidstone empowerment, when it comes to interrupting, we are gonna have one guy mark one of the ads. Whoever wants to volunteer, that'd be great. You ignore the marked ad always, and you interrupt everything else. That's how we're staggering, so we don't put a rotation. We've got 26 people in a raid, only 3 ads to interrupt. It's pretty fucking easy. So just ignore whatever ad is marked and then interrupt, kick everything else. Of course, I do prefer range to keep an eye on this. We've got 6 fucking hunters in a group. I mean, you guys are the gods of movement and just being open-handed in this game. So make sure to keep an eye out on those ads. Well, yeah, they're all marksmen. I kind of noticed that after I said my thing. So in any case, you should be keeping an eye on those. DPS down, fucking ads very quickly. When those ads that show up during the green empowerment, the void zone empowerment, and of course DPS through shields first. Everything is gonna get called out on Discord, so you don't really need to worry about too much. Just make sure you listen to target switching and general calls on Discord, and you'll be doing great on this fight, even if you're doing it on heroic for the first time. Tanks, you guys can start a pull timer. Now, again, when it comes to the interrupting ads, one of them gets marked with skull. You ignore that one and you kick everything else. Also, feel free, in my raids, it's not the usual pug where I'm gonna go all, nobody talk, shut the fuck up on Discord. So everybody is very welcome to talk and call shit if they see something important they think they need to mention in a fight. Feel free to open up your mic and call out for things. Healers, feel free to call out for cooldowns. Just coordinate, communicate, and don't be shy or afraid.
We start with the bosses again. So much talk to.
We start with fat on blue. Everybody goes on fat. We pop heroism at the start of the fight, and Trax is gonna tank Zax on green. Trax, try to face the frontal cone away from the raid, please. Tanks, you can do a pull timer.
It's still recharging. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Embrace the Master's truth! Feel the shadow.
Void crash.
Dodge double shit. Get out of raid if you get the debuff.
Void crash.
Does more damage the closer you are to us.
Cerebral assault.
Watch out for frontal code, it's in the middle of the raid. Do not get MC'd.
Void crash.
Do not dot MC'd people, please. Everybody switch to Zax now. Keep Zax on green, please. Keep Zax on green.
Dark Hill. Void crash.
Ignore the triangle. Interrupt the rest of them. Keep fat on blue, please. Do not bring him here. Keep fat on blue.
Void crash.
Bring him back to blue, please. You can let him cast now.
Cerebral assault.
Watch out for frontal cone.
Void crash. Dark Hill.
Bring back Zax to green, please. Fat goes on blue, Zax to green. Thank you, Drax.
Void crash. Void crash.
Alright, he's gonna do the empowerment. Now, DPS through the shield on Zax.
Terrifying echo.
Leave down the ad. Let's go. Ad now. Ad.
Cerebral assault.
Watch out for frontal cone. Alright, move Zax to red. Fat on green.
Void crash.
Everybody on fat. Switch DPS to fat, please. And move Zax to red ASAP.
Void crash. Dark Hill. Void crash. Terrifying echo.
Everybody switch to the ad. Let's go. Ad. It's up again. Do not dot MC people.
Void crash.
Push fat now. 50.
Dark Hill. Void crash.
Tremble before his hand.
DPS through the shield.
Behold the end of your
Ignore the triangle, interrupt the others too.
Terminal shell. Void crash.
Ignore the triangle. Get the monk up.
Cerebral assault.
Everybody switch to Zax now. Watch out for a frontal cone, please. Do not get MC'd. Bosses stay put. Just the raid switches targets to Zax now.
Dark Herald.
Ignore the diamond.
Void crash.
Keep Zax on red, please. Let the moon cast.
Void crash. Dark Herald.
Your pathetic existence will be
Void crash.
washed
Terrifying echo.
DPS down the ad.
Cerebral assault.
Watch out for your MC. Visage, everybody switch target to Visage. Come on. Target switching, let's go. Alright, move Zax to blue, bring Fat to red.
Void crash.
Zax to blue, Fat to red.
Dark Herald.
Tracks. Everybody on Fat. DPS on Fat.
Void crash. Cerebral assault.
Watch out, frontal cone in the middle of the raid. Get out.
Void crash. Terrifying echo.
Everybody Visage, let's go, Visage.
Dark Herald.
Thank you. Push Fat to 25.
Cerebral assault.
Watch out, frontal cone in the middle of the raid.
Void crash.
Ignore the diamond, let the interrupt the others. DPS Fat inside the shield.
Dark Herald.
We need to pop this shield.
Void crash.
Interrupt the moon now. Everybody switch to Zax. Everybody switch to Zax now. Go on Zax, bring him down to 25.
Void crash.
That's fine, you can let him cast now. Just don't need these bouncy debuffs. Get out with the crushing doubts. Suzy, Morpheus.
Dark Herald. Void crash.
Use a Hellstone if you're nearing 50% HP.
You are but rubble in the storm's wing.
Storm of annihilation. Terrifying echo.
Alright, everybody on the Visage. Everybody on the Visage. Use a personal.
Void crash.
Do not eat DMC. Visage, guys. Add. Focus it down. Get our tank up ASAP. Get the tank up. Bring Fat to blue and DPS them both down together now.
Crash.
I don't think we have a Commodus.
Dark
Alright,
Herald.
bring Fat to blue, please. Everybody switch to Fat. Normalize their HP.
Void crash.
Stack them up. Target Fat. He has a little bit more HP than Zax. Now that we only have one tank, use all the external cooldowns you can. And watch out for the MC. Frontal cone, dodge it. Use all externals on the tank, please. If you can. A little bit more on Zax now. Visage, let's go. Visage, Visage, Visage.
For the master.
Good job. Get him down. Focus Fat a little bit.
Void crash.
It's no time to live now.
Yeah. We're gonna bubble taunt him, it's cool.
Cerebral assault.
Just kill him off.
Void
Combat
crash.
dress up on tank. Take it.
It's
Taunt
good,
big
just
guy.
kill the bosses.
Pact of Dark Herald.
Good job.
That was nice.
Claim you. Your terror
Alright, now we actually get to the important boss of the week. So let's start killing off this trash. Somebody pick up crown, whoever knows how to use it. Thank you guys. Use crown. Second plate. Yeah, we gotta use the crown here to kill him.
9 seconds.
Okay? Follow him with us.
Struck a bargain with the enemy of all.
Use crown. Before these guys die. Use crown. Oh wait, we're using the voice song. I forgot.
15 seconds.
Yeah, I keep forgetting how this trash went with the void stone and shit. So I was just making sure we don't pop crown and void stone at the same time. Pull them back, so we don't pull the big guy. Yeah, so as far as yeah, pop Harry's and let's do it. Reset the boss. Don't harry. Good job. Watch for the blob's HP use crown, so it don't kill everybody else. Wait for the priest to get around 20% before using a crown again. You can use it. Focus priest here. He's gonna get worse. So fucking problem.
No one took the crown though.
No, it's
I got it
fine.
now, it's 15 seconds.
Oh shit.
Try that.
Just release. Die. Yeah, the thing about it is like Void Priests are in the trash, like you gotta handle them with Void Stone so that they don't heal. Like Void Stone prevents all healing regardless if it's enemy or friendly. So that's normally how you kind of prevent their healing, but at the same time if you pop at the same time with Crown, then you don't fuck them.
Let it be as
Yeah, I noticed that one. But I was talking about like how annoying the fucking priests are.
they will die.
I was talking about Void Priests, not my Raider Priests.
You didn't specify, so tough luck.
Alright, so I need 2 healers. Raise your hands, do the Void Stone thingy. 2 healer boys, full of Void Stones. Let's go, you're gonna be the heroes of our fight here. Alright, Karpatin, good job, one more.
I can do the void stone.
You is?
Maddie, sorry.
Alright, Maddie and Karpatin then. Make sure that these brave lads are at the top of your importance when it comes to keeping them alive. Thank you. So, Maddie and Karpatin, you guys could, you can, you know, organize who's gonna go first and second, and when you want to use the void stones and everything, with those details, between you guys and of course the other healers. I'm not gonna pretend I know what the fuck you guys do when you kind of how you play the whole fight and you know respond to whatever's happening with the void stone. Um, Now, one important thing is when the Void Stone is used, if you can call it out on Discord, that'd be great. And I'll explain a little bit why. So, the way we're gonna do this fight is, first, we're pretty much never gonna use the Trident. I mean, one of the tanks, if you want, you can just kind of keep it in your pocket for, I don't know, the first MC in the last phase or something, but normally, we kind of just avoid using the trident if we can help it at all. Otherwise, the crown. Basically, when it comes to the crown, every fucking DPS in raid should be good at knowing where to use it and to pick it up and everything. But just because you know, kind of, I want to assign a bunch of people into using it. Let's say all the rogues and all the hunters keep an eye out for the crown. Right? If it's on the ground and nobody's picking it up and there's mindbenders up, about to die or something, pick it up. Okay, and if you don't have the debuff, just pick it up. Everybody in the raid can use the crowds. Every DPS in the raid can use the crown. It is gonna be called on Discord when to use it. So when you pick up the crown, you get an extra action button. When it's called out on Discord, you press the extra action button. That's really all there is to it. Now, the way we do this fight is by pretty much never using Trident. We save heroism for 40% on boss. When the boss goes down and enters phase 3, we pop heroism and we ignore everything and we just go full ham on the boss. Like, we literally ignore the tanking ads, we ignore everything happening in the fight, we just go full ham on the boss until he's dead, while avoiding all the clusterfuck amount of shit that we're gonna get in this fight. So there's a bunch of abilities in this fight that are gonna kill you if you don't know how to handle them. In phase 1, I suppose, and phase 3, the most important part of your survival is handling the lines, or the lasers, or rays, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, correctly. When the lines happen, cross one of them early, so that you have time where you're gonna get a debuff when you cross one of them. You wait for that debuff to run out, then you cross the second. This is really important, especially in phase 3 when damage is gonna be skyrocketing through the roof. It's extremely important for you to take the first line early, cross it early, wait for the debuff to run out, then cross the second line again. That is probably the most important part of you surviving this fight. Now, the other most important part, of us actually killing this boss is to never ever run into a red pool on the ground. Like, seriously, I know the whole don't stand in fire, don't stand in green, don't stand in purple, don't stand in anything that looks like unfamiliar on the ground. But seriously, red pools are a fucking clusterfuck. You literally screw the entire raid if you go over a red pool. It's not about you surviving or not surviving. Like, you can't bubble it, you cannot blink over it, you cannot dash over it, you cannot demonic gate over it. Anything you do over it triggers it. So you must never ever cross a red pool. The red pool heals the boss for 1%. So when it comes to the last phase, no matter how further away the boss ends up being from you, and you're surrounded by red pools, and you feel like taking a sprint through the red pools just so you can DPS a little bit more, whatever DPS gain you're gonna get by not taking the long route, you just fucked it up by healing the boss for 1%. So this is like the most important part of this fight. Nothing else is important as much as important to never run into a red pool. When it comes to the bouncy void zones, you're gonna have the same bouncy void zones we had on the first boss. Soak them only if they're small, you're full HP, they've got the little flame in the middle, otherwise just don't touch them, avoid them completely. When we go into phase 3 of this fight, there is absolutely no fucking reason for you to ever use an airy spell or any kind of cleave, right? People frequently people are the entire raid is gonna get MC'd. When that happens, it's only like 3 seconds that you must not do any cleave or airy. But outside of that, so understand there's like frost mages, there's a bunch of other specs that just cannot like survive or just do good enough damage without some cleave or AoE spells. Just please, for those 3 seconds during the MC, just try to not put a frost orb in the middle of the raid or do anything of that matter. So in phase 3 there's absolutely no reason for you to use single target spells. I understand and make it into a rotation sometimes, don't use them during the 3 seconds of MC. When it comes to phase 2, we wait, we don't DPS the tank ads, we don't switch to those guys, we wait for the mindbenders to show up. When the mindbenders show up, we switch to them, we airy the tank ads and the mindbenders together, use kicks, stuns, every kind of CC works on the mindbenders. Do not under any circumstance let them cast. Do we have a DK? No, we don't have a DK sadly for a grip or anything like that. So you know, just keep them close up. They are gonna aggro you. They're gonna try to follow you. Clutter them up, you know, stack them up as much as possible, kick them, interrupt them, area everything down. When the mindbenders and the tanking ads get around 20% HP, we pop the crown. If the mindbenders are around 20%, but the tanking ads are around 40 or something, pop the crown. You know, that's what we're gonna be doing. Pretty much phase two. Now let's give it a pull. Now, normally, again, you know, this is not likely to be a one shot. It's highly unlikely to be a one shot. There's two, three, maybe four wipes here awaiting. Just try just try to do this fight right. Right? First phase, second phase, they're kinda like meh, you know. Just focus. Fourth phase is like third phase is the real deal. That's where we pop heroism and that's where we go with second pots and everything, go full ham on the boss. Most of, you know, pretty much everything is going to be called on Discord, so feel free to pull timer and go. Just try to listen in on target switching, again, using the crown, and everything should be good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bow before your true master. His eyes behold every
Void crash.
unnumbered cry.
Also, healers, when you use the Void Stone, you can call out, and so that we can help you out with any soaking if you need it. Cleaning the room.
Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tier.
Avoid the red circle. That's the red circle I've been talking for like 15 minutes about.
Void crash.
Just don't run into that thing and
Eyes of
you're doing
Insight.
great.
Oblivion Tier.
Push the boss to phase 2. One by one with the lines. Wait for a debuff to run out, then cross the second one.
Purity. Oblivion Tier.
How did he DC?
Void crash.
Wasn't close to.
Eyes of Insight. Madden Eyes of Insight.
Dodge this.
Oblivion Tier. Call Undying Guardian.
Ignore the ad, guys. Ignore the ad. We're gonna kill them during the intermission. Don't worry about it. There we go. Boss goes up. Now we switch to the ads. Bring the full ad to around the same HP as the other one, so that we can cleave them down. There we go. Good crown. Nice. Holy shit. What's up with that?
Should probably not have used the healing one there.
Oblivion Tier.
Yeah, don't use the healing one until the crown is down, please.
Terror.
Get out of blue circle.
Oblivion Tier. Call Undying Guardian.
Alright, mindbenders. Kick. Stack them up as much as possible. DPS them down.
Gift of Insight.
Bring the tanking ads between them as well, as much as possible. Already switch to mindbenders, please. I'm not seeing some crazy ass damage on the mindbenders.
Top boss.
Bring the ads in between the mindbenders, please. Use the crown. Use the crown. Come on. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna have to assign a
Oblivion
full
Tier.
group of projects. Alright, area everything down. Area these guys down. Good job. Back to the boss. This is basically entire phase 2. That's it. That's all there is to phase 2.
Gift of Insight. Hysteria. Oblivion Tier.
Ignore the guardian. Ignore the guardians until mindbenders show. Alright, now you switch to mindbenders. Bring them in and bring the guardian in between.
Terror.
Stunt boss.
Oblivion Tier.
Let's do that switching. Range interrupt the diamond, thank you. Bring it in. Use a crown. Focus the highest HP Mindbender, please. Oh, that Guardian. Yeah, okay. So a couple adjustments there. I'm going to assign specific crown users
What?
to keep it clean. Yes, you can wipe it now.
Oblivion Tier.
Don't use the gem when you're using crown. Never. Incredible.
Yes. Yes. That's an easy fix. And the crown, I'm just gonna assign like type on raid chat if you want to join a specific crown group. I'm gonna put everybody who's gonna be using the crown in group 2 or something, and yeah, that's Rugalik 1. Legate 2.
Last time was the problem healer used the gem when the crown was on.
No,
Healer,
no.
don't use it.
Yeah, that one is sorted. Karpatin said that he'll fix that. I'm mostly talking about just the like it was like slightly off when it came to a crown. I saw a couple of people hesitant to pick it up during the second set of Mindbender ads, so that's kind of like why I want to assign at least 4 people to full-time do a crown, just so we have people that are not hesitant to pick it up. Yeah, Karpatin basically, when, you know, the whole electrocution on the entire room ends and the raid is stopped off, that's about when you use Void Stone. And then you make sure to soak all the red pools while you have the Void Stone up. Do not ever go into a red pool when you don't have the Void Stone up. Also, the raid damage is extremely high, meaning that we will be getting over with phase 2 with only 3 sets of Mindbenders, and that is absolutely great. And then phase 3 should be a joke with this kind of raid-wide DPS. Rebuff. Missing a shout. Thank you. So group 2, full-time crown duty. If anybody else wants to join them, raise your hand. Alright, full timer. Pre-potting is not required, however, if you have a pot, please use it during phase 3.
3,
Fairies.
2, 1.
Bow before your true master. His eyes behold
trash.
every truth,
Large purple,
unnumbered crime.
Oblivion Tier.
large red.
Gift of Input. Obscurity. Oblivion Tier. Call Undying Guardian.
Ignore the ad. Keep DPS in boss.
Void Crash. Eyes of Insight.
One by one with the lines. Take one early. Wait for a debuff to run out. Take the second one.
Gift of Insight. Obscurity. Oblivion Tear.
Dodge red.
Void Crash. Eyes of Insight. Maddening Eyes of Insight.
Dodge this.
Oblivion Tear. All Undying Guardian.
Boss. Alright, switch to the ads. Switch to the big full HP ad. Switch to a bit full HP ad. Use crown.
Don't use gem.
Yeah. Don't use it until the crown is over and everybody's stopped off.
We can move the bosses over to melee a little more.
Use now.
You use it and clean the pulls. Dodge red. Get out of there. Good job with the cleaning.
Oblivion Tear. All Undying Guardian.
Yeah, nice usage. Everybody mind benders. Let's go, guys. Bring them close. Bring the tanking ad between them. Bring the tanking ad between the mind benders, please. Do not let them cast that again, please. They heal up to full.
Oblivion Tear.
On boss.
Kick. Hit the big full HP ad. Come on. Yeah. Airy. Kill this. Alright, ignore it now. Go boss. Go boss. Ignore it. There's no way we can DPS it. It's no point. Keep the ad away from it.
All Undying Guardian.
Let him heal the full. Don't multi-dot him.
Oblivion Tear.
Watch out for red circles. Mindbenders, come on. Please focus up. Kick
Red
them.
swap.
Bring the ads. Bring the ads in.
Oblivion Tear.
Bring the ads in. Airy. Somebody pick up the crown, please. Use it. Bring the mindbender in. It's an odd area here. Good job, back to boss. Oh, what happened there? Do we have another stone during the crown or something?
Oblivion Tear.
Why?
Annihilate hit for 500,000. Oh well, that was a
Oblivion
sword
Tear.
and it hit me for
Consume Essence.
over 80.
His gaze falls upon every
Go on the mindbenders, keep going for now. Carry all of this together. Use the crown. We need to be a little bit quicker when it comes to mindbenders and the guardians. We had a lot of little ass spawn there that might have been like a really bad timed explosion. This is about the time you pop heroism and go full ham on the boss and then ignore everything else, by the way.
Clear spot.
Yeah,
Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tear.
Do we pop here?
yes,
Yes, hero, come on.
this is phase 3. So,
How many rests do we have? We should use them.
We should have one at least, maybe.
We have two.
Stop away there.
Eyes of Insight.
don't airy, go full ham, single target on the boss, completely ignore the ads.
Swap to it.
Do the beams one by one. One by one. Wait for a debuff to run out. Use the personal if you get low on his.
Oblivion Tear.
Health stones, remember them. the ads away from the boss. Ignore the ads, guys. Don't
Stop
leave on
OE.
them.
Stop OE.
Oblivion 2. Eyes of Enso.
One by one.
Oblivion 2.
Flopping.
By one with the lines. Bubble it off if you have 2 stacks. If you have 2 stacks, you're probably dead. So use anything you have on your keyboard.
And inside the circles, by the way, guys. They can
Oblivion 2. Eyes of Enso.
When it comes to the circles, if you do have that circle around you, you stack with 2 or 3 people if you need healing. Otherwise you can stay away.
Eyes of Enso.
The swipe.
Yes.
Either way, this is the entire fight, so let's do phase 2 a little bit cleaner, please.
I don't know what happened in phase 2, but we lost like 6 people all at once. So.
Yeah, during the Annihilate I died as well, like it was, 6 was dropping.
Call Undying Guardian. Eyes of Enso.
So healers, you guys can coordinate cooldown for the crowns, like you guys can coordinate who has what available at what point. Feel free to chat it up. I got
Isn't
a
it
decent
better
bit of
to
your
stand
attack.
along the edges, by the way? So we don't get all the pools in the middle?
During phase 3, yes. So phase 2 middle, phase 1 edge, phase 3 edge. I'm coming back in the game right now. Got a weird DC.
We don't use that at all.
Yeah, we don't use the trident, there's no point. As a matter of fact, like, friendly fire has been very low from these pulls from what I've seen. So we should be good. I had one really weird setup where I had like 3 or 4 frost mages in a raid last week where we had to use trident during the first MC, otherwise they'd frost up the living shit out of everybody. But this week there's absolutely no need to use trident. Thank you. Back, just buff me, and we can go. Arrow. There we go. Buff for him as well. Yeah, something super weird is happening, like, over the past, I don't know, 2 months or something, I've been getting so many DCs, and, I'm 100% confident it's not because of the connection I'm on a gigabit line.
Nah, dude. Internet is just shit.
Alright, pull timer, let's go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bow before your true master. His eyes behold every
Void Crash.
every
Dodge purple,
Oblivion 2.
dodge red.
Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tier.
Dodge the ad, dodge red,
Void Crash. Eyes of Insight.
dodge purple,
Oblivion Tier.
do the lines one by one.
Gift of Insult. Obscurity. Oblivion Tier. Void Crash.
Don't stand in front of the boss, by the way. Dodge purple,
Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tier.
dodge red, go on the ads. Focus the full HP one, use crown ASAP. So you can do it a little bit earlier. Wait for the crown to end. Do the void stone now. Keep the tanks to full first. Okay.
Oblivion Tier. Unknowable Terror.
Get out. Don't go in front of boss.
Oblivion Tier. Call Undying
Get out of red.
Guardian.
Let's go mindbenders. Somebody pick up the crown.
Hysteria.
Focus the tanking ad a little bit. Interrupt these. Bring that mindbender in. Use crown. Go on the guardian. And mindbender range on the mindbender, melee on the guardian. Go on mindbender, everybody. Bring it down to 20. Good job. Back to the boss.
Call Undying Guardian.
Wait for the mindbenders. Ignore this ad. Go on boss.
Oblivion Tier.
Dodge red. Go on mindbenders. Bring the ad in between them. Do not run through a red circle. This is great.
Unknowable Terror.
Keep everything here and area them down. Kick them. Stun them. Use crown. Hello? Crown? Stop DPS. Stop DPS until crown is used. Use crown ASAP.
Tier.
Bury them down now. Go on the boss.
Oblivion Tier.
When does phase 3 happen?
In about 3%. Push the boss. Get out of blue. Don't heal him, please. Come on, that was... Alright, there we go. Push the boss. Save your 2-minute cooldowns. Alright, go on this ad now. Oh, mindbenders, mindbenders. Let's go. Somebody pick up the crown. Bring the ad in between them. Area the fuck out
Crown
of this
can't
shit.
be picked up now. There's a cooldown on it after usement.
Can pick up.
I can use it, yes. Let's go, Harry. Do not use Void Stone until this is done. Use heroism, pots, everything. Both ham and boss. Don't run into a red circle, please.
Calibrate
Alright.
the circles to the outside of the room now.
Do a quick clean.
Oblivion Tier. Call Undying Guardian.
Ignore the tanking ads. Just go ham on the boss. Good job with the cleaning. You should no longer be using. You should no longer.
Stop AOE, stop AOE, please.
Eyes of Insight.
Good job.
Beam.
One by one with the beans. Take one early. Get him up. Get the hunt up. Save the other rest for a tank.
Don't boss, don't boss.
Dodge red. Dodge red. Do not.
Stop OE, please. Stop OE.
Don't leave. It's absolutely reason for you to leave.
Stop popping red.
Red bottles.
One by one with the beams, let's go. Don't walk into a red puddle. Seriously, I'd rather, every time, you'd rather die than go into a red puddle, okay? If you have to die, just die, don't go into a red puddle. DPS the boss. Keep our tanks up. Move him, move him, move him, move him, move him. Don't AoE. Don't AoE. Keep going. Just don't.
Boss.
Red puddles, dodge. Keep the ads away. Thank you. Go on the boss. Dodge red puddles. One by one with the beams. Bubble them and use all the personals. Use a health stone on these. This is the last set of beams you're gonna do. Use all cooldowns. Healers, just spend all your mana, please.
Stop OEM 4 seconds.
Just stop
Stop
all,
OEM.
please. Keep the tank alive, please.
Don't walk on the red bottle.
Can you move that? Move that.
And someone heal the boss.
Go, go, go. 4 million, this is a rare mob now, and you're 20 people alive. Just kill it. No more tank switches, please. Just go ham on the boss.
And we need to swap the truth.
Keep the ads away. Survive these beams. Kill the boss. Don't go into a red puddle. Don't go into a red puddle. Good job. So that was like what, 3 pulls? Nice. Alright, so after this, we're gonna do a very quick normal clear, so if anyone wants to stay for the extremely quick normal clear, feel free to stay. Everybody else, as I said, this is a weekly run. On the other hand, probably sometime at the end of the next raid reset, I will be bootstrapping a guild with a number of people from these runs and a couple of old friends of mine and everything. So if you're interested into anything like that, feel free to whisper me, add me on Battle.net. I accept everybody. And also, yes, for that guild project we're doing, we will be sponsoring everybody's transfer if you're interested. So thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed this run. I wasn't really entertaining this week as much as I was previous weeks, but I'm kind of sick. I can barely talk, so.
Thanks for the invite. See ya next reset, probably.